Tonight on Ship Chasing, Pat and I draft a $101 Dalmatian team while running a marathon. No, we're done with the running bits for now, but Pat and I are drafting a Dalmatian team. If you want to get in these streets with us, if you want to piss yellow on stream, you're going to have to pony up $101. None of this $25 shit like you guys are used to. No, we're doing it. $101. Let's roll. Pat Fryer Helmo.
This is why I'm hot.
Anita Handjob.
Fix your sight.
Jamar. Alpha play chase.
Are you kidding me? Kadarius Toney?
You can't handle the heat.
It looks like we're finally this boys. You're right.
All right. No Ben Gretsch with us tonight. Pat, I believe, did he say his daughter had a recital of some sort?
That's right. Yeah, a music recital.
Well, we will miss him. Gretsch said it was a music recital. There are some rumors that a family van was spotted cruising quickly toward the Oregon border. Who knows, though, what's actually going on?
Yeah, he didn't say where the music recital was. It could easily be in Oregon and California, for that matter. We don't know. We don't know where it is.
Would that be just like a baller dad move if like Gretsch like really pushed one of his daughters to sign up for like a traveling soccer team? And it's like, oh, shucks. I mean, we're going to have to be traveling across the entire Pacific Northwest for these games.
He's pushing her into the music industry at a very young age just so he can get to LA and draft some puppies and some chihuahuas now. He's got to get in the chihuahua. Those are fast only. You can't do those slow.
I know. It's crazy. I'm looking at it now. Chihuahua's at 44% filled. Did that literally drop yesterday or 2 days ago?
I believe it dropped yesterday. It does feel like a direct attack on me because, I'm trying to max enter a lot of these things and I don't have time to max enter the $4 Chihuahua. So you won, Underdog. I don't think I'm going to have all my 25 teams in there.
Yeah, the fast only is fun. Luckily, I don't get FOMO on the Chihuahua. You know what? I'm gonna end up getting. I'll probably do one more draft tomorrow on a walk, and maybe one on Friday night or Saturday if it's still somehow open. And you know what? I'm okay not max entering the Chihuahua. That shows a lot of growth on my part, I think, Pat.
I feel a little stressed about it, but I'm okay. I'm fundamentally okay.
I guess this is like. I had no problem doing that as a stream bit, doing our 5 puppy drafts at once. I am not enough of a broken human being to sit here by myself in the cold darkness of my basement and multi-table the Chihuahua with my free time. Like, that's just where I draw a line.
I did 2 Chihuahuas, but one on each monitor. And I was like, this is fine. I think I did that like a couple sessions. So I kind of did one and sort of stacked them. So I think I got in 4 Chihuahuas that way. And then I did a few on the phone. So I got 7 done, but I was writing today, and I was just I can't be I'm gonna have to let this one go.
You got to let some go. All of my time has been devoted to watching YouTube videos about the Submersible. That's what has all of my attention right now.
What's the latest with that?
I mean, not much on the news front. They picked up some sounds earlier today, like in 30-minute intervals. It seems very unlikely that it's coming from even them at this point. I think something has gone awry, and I don't think this is going to end well. But yeah, they have. I believe it's 11 a.m. tomorrow is when the 96-hour oxygen supply will fully run out. I wondered actually. Now that I say it, you have again, not even close to being, 12,000 feet underwater, but you with the scuba diving, I won't even do the scuba diving shit you do because I get anxiety thinking about it. I mean, how hard would it be to stay calm for those guys knowing how dire it is for them?
That'd be awful. I mean, it's the thing about scuba diving is that a lot of it is just trying to not lose your shit. That's the whole game is basically staying calm in the face of doing something that's ridiculous. You're 100 feet underwater, but you do have access to the surface. If you shot to the surface, you would get the bends, but as long as you're supposed to scream so you don't pop your lungs, so you basically just yell and go to the surface in an absolute emergency situation, but you would be able to get to the surface. So Like I've never had any interest in cave diving where you're like
Yeah.
literally in a cave. Like that to me is like a horror movie. Like I would never do that. I've done some caverns, but you still have access to the surface in the cenotes in Mexico is what I did. But yeah, I think like to me the thing about scuba diving is like I don't find it all that challenging to kind of stay in a peaceful mindset because there's like lots of awesome fish around and lots of cool stuff to see. So if I do start to get like a little bit claustrophobic, breathing through this tube, feel like I can't get a deep, fresh breath of air, I usually get distracted by something cool and I kind of just go back into the moment. But yeah, I would not. This is pretty horrific.
It's also like, there's 5 people on the ship. 2 of them are, one's a billionaire and the billionaire's teenage son. And like juxtaposed to like the billionaires we know in the news are trying to figure out how to live forever. And they're building like nuclear fallout shelters in New Zealand, to protect themselves and live as long as you can. Like the billionaire who's like, I have money for 1 million lifetimes. I am going to go and take on this risk on a highly experimental mission where they signed a waiver that said like death on the front page like 4 times. It just seems like a complete mismanagement of like risk assessment relative to literally being able to live your life however you want.
Yeah, I mean, I think from certain perspectives for sure. Also, like his son is with them, right? So that's definitely, not a great situation. But the guys who like think they're gonna live forever and stuff, like, guess what? You're not. You're gonna die. Everyone dies.
Yeah.
So like, if you, I to some extent, I'm like, if you've got unlimited money, you don't have unlimited time on this planet. So if you want to do some risky things, do some risky things. Like you can have all the money. You can literally get all the money. You're still going to die.
Yeah. The teenage son element though, whatever.
Yeah, that's the worst of it. Yeah.
So sorry, I won't turn this into the show is called Ship Chasing. I did just realize, Pat.
Oh no. Oh no. I can't believe this. What terrible timing for that joke too. We're like literally about to get out of this.
I was gonna say like this is Ship Chasing. We're here to draft, and then I was like, no, the show's literally about chasing ships. So I think we are actually on topic here. Segueing to the Dalmatian, Pat. You want to hop in a draft?
Yeah. Do you want me to share my screen?
Yeah, do you want to do it? I'm happy to do it on mine. If you want, I mean, I was at the wheels for our draft this morning. I think it'd be, I'm happy to, all right.
I'll do it. Let's see.
Let's do it. Oh, look at this. I get to sit back another back-to-back weeks of drafting without having to be on the 1s and 2s. This is nice.
That is pretty nice for you. It's a rare treat for Pete Overzet. Yeah. Just this tab, right? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, I double clicked the 30-second just to make sure.
There you go. Nothing
Look
like
at this.
The Dalmatian snap, Phil.
Yeah. Oh no, Pete.
Yeah, Bullock. I'm happy to do it on mine. When I draft, I get to take Sam Howell. I don't have to take Leonard Fournette. There's lots of perks when I'm at the controls. When you're at the mercy of Pat, you just have to see what he's up to.
The 112, man. That's the trouble with these 3 maxes,
Yeah, 112. Although I will say, from my stream drafts, I have actually been enjoying the 112 because you do get 2 of those, top 7, top 8 wide receivers where you can be in these rooms and be at like 1-4. And if you take CMC and it comes back and Higgins is off the board and you're like, all right, let's roll up our sleeves and be miserable here. So I actually don't mind the 112.
Yeah, especially in this room. That's the one spot of the draft where you have the opportunity to get like at least 4 really good wide receivers. You're not worried about that.
Pat, we'll do a little streamer etiquette here. Will you zoom in on the board a little bit on your desktop? There we go. Yeah, that's better. Nice.
So I realized what I can do here, Pete, is I can have a second tab of the same draft where I'm going to star people, so I have a better sense of what's in it.
Ooh, so you get to, dare I say, have your cake and eat it too?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Chandler, I don't even know what this $9.99 super chat is. Normally there's a message associated with it. Someone's wanting us to jerk off their dead dad, but this is just $10 for no reason.
I really wish that was hyperbole, but it is not.
Wait, nope. Here it is. Dear Ship Chasing OnlyFans account, will you all tell Taylor to make his damn rankings? We have a big buy-in home league draft Saturday. Taylor Shot, make your damn rankings. Are you now, Chandler? I do have some follow-up questions. Are you wanting to draft off of Taylor's rankings? Do we know?
No,
Taylor?
I think maybe Taylor's like threatening not to do the draft because he hasn't done his rankings yet.
Oh, he's saying he needs more time. You guys are doing like a really early draft. Okay, I gotcha.
That's my read on it.
Taylor, you just subscribe to one of a million sites. You go to Leg Up, you can get your rankings, go to ETR, get your rankings, whatever you need to do. This draft needs to happen. Okay. All right. This is who I got to look at the names here. So we got G, we got Paul, we got Nez, we got Mr. Revolt, we got JGFC. Will you just get out of my drafts? I can't even do slow bulldog drafts without you in them. We got 10-minute. CMC at 110. All right, we're about to have one tonight.
This is gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
All right. I think we go Amon-Ra Waddle here, right?
Yeah. We can't fuck around. If CMC was here, we could fuck around. I don't really see any other case for messing around.
I think the only thing, the only mess around move would be to take like Olave or something. But I'm fine going with the ADP here.
Yeah, I'm good with any configuration of those two. Sounds good to me.
All right.
All right. For the audio listeners, we got hang on. We had one wide receiver. Did I update? I don't know if I've updated the avalanche clip in here. Let me head over to my quick best ball breakfast thing just so we can get the appropriate avalanche clip in here.
It wasn't that far off until we got to Juju 111. It was pretty much the draft.
It really was. Oh dear God.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
This clip is better than the old clip. The Juju timing of oh dear God. Sky Moore is the ending. It's a fun.
Yeah.
clip.
It's shout out to Lou on that one. I knew I had to get that. The thing is though, wide receiver avalanche drafts now are almost so normalized for me that I forget to play the clip. This one was pretty stark that I was like, okay, yeah, we play the clip, but a lot of times I just forget now.
I love that we thought somehow there would be some sort of safety in this Dalmatian, but of course it's just the opposite. It's not a high enough price point where anyone's bulking. It doesn't feel as often. There's not any kind of just random people who stumble into this room. Of course it's gonna be 100% ship chasers. This is much worse than usual.
Yeah, everyone's talking about Flyboy here. I think we'll see how Flyboy recovers. He's probably just absolutely fist pumping CMC Bijan right now. We'll see if he recovers here.
Because Flyboy's the only non-badge. Oh no, the 101's not a badge either.
Yeah, I think it's just the double running back start there. CMC Olave. The thing that's funny about that is that's actually not an uncommon start, right? CMC from 5 or 6 and then Olave there at 20. That's pretty normal.
It is normal, yeah. But it's just the rest of his team will be unique. Oh, okay. So the team out of the one hole is also not a part of this piss. He's not pissing.
Yeah. Oh, and that I didn't realize. Sorry, I didn't realize that was Jacob from the 3 hole too. I didn't recognize his username there. So, is it really only the badges we don't know in here? Flyboy and T Busy, are you guys watching this? That's the new rule, Pat. I've said it's kind of like if you ask a cop if they're a cop, they have to reveal it. If you're in a stream draft and you're in the chat, you do have to reveal yourself.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here he is. All right. That's me at 101. Couldn't pass on Barkley Pollard. All right. So we found everyone, I think, except Flyboy.
I mean, Ridley just went, like, Ridley and Samuel and Metcalf are all gone. Like, I don't fault you for taking Saquon Pollard there. Like, what are you supposed to do?
I refused to take Calvin Ridley at the back end of the third round, and Jacob just had to take him at 210 because we played an avalanche clip and people literally started panicking.
I mean, this is absurd.
I'm going to really have to keep myself from making submersible jokes as it pertains to other like natural type disasters like wide receiver avalanches. The nice thing, honestly, though, about the wide receiver avalanche is once Ridley goes off the board, like what's the thing we've been saying? This wide receiver tier for basically like 4 rounds is super flat that it's like you're actually going to like the wide receivers you have available at the 3-4 turn.
Yeah, the 3-4. I mean, that's the one advantage of being on this side of the board, I think, is that you don't get locked out. You can get locked out. Like, drafting on the 1 hole there, like, you're straight up locked out of wide receivers. I don't think you can really justify taking 2 wide receivers there and passing on Saquon Pollard, especially because it's a larger tournament when those are great prices on those guys.
So are we gonna fuck around and find out with Breece Hall, or are we gonna keep pissing?
I think we should take one running. I mean, Ramondre, Jacobs, and Breece are all on the board, so we're gonna get one of them.
I'm down for one of Ramondre or Breece. You want to do Ramondre since you and me have been drafting a lot of Breece on my streams? Oh, Ramondre goes.
Ramondre
so I guess
just
Breece
went.
It is.
So we go Breece, but then what else do you want to do? Hopkins, London, McLaurin, Williams, Moore.
Oh man, I'm
could
good
also
with,
go Lamar.
I don't. You know how we talk about? So you got Breece queued up, right?
Yeah.
You know how we talk about like generally you can maybe get away with 2 detours. This feels like one where we should push the second detour a little more. I think this should be a wide receiver pick to really see what. I would pick your favorite wide receiver. I have no strong thoughts about those guys.
Let's go London.
I took him on my draft with Sean today after you. And, it was one of those things. I think Sean was partly setting up a cheap stack option with Ritter lately, but he's balked at the price. But then, I basically said, is this just one of those picks where it's just like, yeah, you don't like the price, but you also don't want to end the draft season with 0% Drake London. He was like, yeah, basically exactly. And I guess that's kind of how it feels, where it's like, yeah, this is expensive, but like all of these guys are expensive in these rooms.
Yeah. And I think like London, I do think like we just should probably on some level go like, what was he drafted at very early in the first round? I forget the exact pick. Was he also the 8th pick?
Who?
Drake London.
Oh yeah,
because Bijan was
7th or 8th. Yeah.
So drafted top 10, then like was a target dominator right away. Had a pretty good analytical profile. Tape guys liked him. Harmon was in on him as a separator. Did okay in open score. Like the yards per out run stuff looks good. There's no real red flags for him. He was a top 10 overall wide receiver who just had a like red flagless rookie season.
Mm-hmm.
With no other wide receiver competition for targets.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I mean, obviously once you stop talking about him and start talking about like the Falcons, it gets way less exciting. But I mean, we're drafting for talent at wide receiver. Like if a couple things break his way, Ritter's not awful, the Falcons like pass like a little more. They're not like insanely run heavy. They're Raven. If they're like the Ravens from 2 years ago, that's a huge improvement. Like we don't need them to be balanced.
Yeah. Pat, I was going to see how long this bit would go. There is a comment on screen about you pulling a David Kitchen and not showing the draft board and the picks that are being made right now.
Hilarious. Like, it's because you had me zoom. It happened sooner than I thought.
Pat, did you happen to see what happened on the Swolecast today? I don't know if you
haven't watched it yet. No.
So, before every show, we've been, drafting teams. We've been doing our mission. And, we're now trying to time 3 people getting in the same draft. And Davis and I got in the same one, and Kitchen didn't get in quick enough. And so not only did we have 2 drafts going on, but Kitchen and the producers were having to tab back and forth. And then the other thing is we've been getting missions, and producer Sosa thought it would be funny if he gave me and Kitchen the same mission. So we were competing for it, except the problem is we did get in the same draft.
Oh, he didn't have like a backup mission?
No,
that giving you and Davis the same mission. He should have switched missions or something.
Yeah, that would require itty bit of foresight, itty bit of planning. No, it was so good. And then I just kind of protested it. My prompt was stack up Chiefs Bengals, and I was picking from the 12 spot. And when you think about like the ADPs, it's actually pretty hard to stack that up because almost all of it is happening on the other side of the board.
Right.
And so I just failed my mission.
What happened? Did you fail your mission? Absolutely nothing?
No. Yeah. It was just, I was 12,000 feet under the ocean. I lost contact with the mission. I said, sorry, I gotta stop. I just can't. I'm so deep down the rabbit hole watching these videos. It's all I can think about right now. Come up for air. Yeah, if Kitchen wins BBM4, that is, I think so. I think it was Liam. Was it last summer, or maybe it was right at the end of the draft season? No, it was maybe it was last summer. We did a poll of like who would be the funniest person to win Best Ball Made It. It has to be Kitchen. It would be. I almost would sacrifice the $3 million if it meant Kitchen winning. I almost would.
It would be amazing. It would be so amazing. Kitchen doing the podcast circuit. Everyone he's talking about his team, talking about how we just don't know. I would love it. I would love it.
Who would put less effort into monetizing their Best Ball Mania win? David Kitchen or Liam Murphy?
David Kitchen.
I don't know. It might be close. Liam's now a professional poker player.
I'll tell you what. The fleet that we get out of that would be very good. Very high production quality on the one fleet we get.
Honestly, JSN at pick 55 is very normal.
Yep. This seems to basically normalize now.
Yeah. Thank you, Jacob, for falling on the Najee landmine at pick 51. What up, Pat? You're gonna have my I can't, not seeing the queue here. I'm feeling slightly blind. I know what we got. We got
Marquise. There? We got you just went Lockett and Deontay Johnson are the receiver options. Then Mike Evans, Jordan Addison. Lots of running backs to get. I don't know if we have any interest in these guys.
I definitely like Deontay. I mean, I'm happy to go vets, Deontay and Evans, unless you have something else you like.
I don't know about. I have such a hard time clicking Evans, but he's not a bad pick here. Jordan Addison would be the other option, I guess.
Put Deontay in the queue. Are there any other correlations here?
J.K. Dobbins is a correlation.
I think we got to avoid the running backs here. Who's the next bet? So it's between Addison or Evans for you. I'm fine with either of those. I like Evans, but I'm good with either.
Let's do Evans. I don't have enough of him. He's like one of these guys I don't even dislike, but I just taking him feels bad.
Yeah. I've clicked him so much now that I've convinced myself that it's not bad. It just is the right pick mentally.
He's not a great pick at 61, but relative to the other wide receivers there, I think he's fine.
All right, streamer, back to the board.
I'm managing this other secret tab. All right,
okay, there we go. Yeah.
I do like the secret tab move because I've got all my guys in the queue.
The secret tab is
no correlation in this.
It's great for you, Pat, and it's just awful for everyone else.
No, it's good for everyone else because I would.
What's the secret that we're going to take 2 wide receivers there?
Well, the secret is last time I started queuing everyone, and you were like, "You never queue, Pat. You never queue. Yeah. Streaming 101, you never queue.
You don't." We're congratulating Pat for getting the badge. Is this a new development, Pat?
People are real. Yeah, it actually was yesterday, and people tweeted at me. And like the first draft that I had the red badge, people were tweeting at me like it's like a huge. It was like a big development in the best ball scene. Apparently, I got my badge.
No. Let me talk about the badge thing and when you celebrate it. You celebrate it when you're one of the little guys who have been punting off thousands of dollars on Underdog, and this red badge is all you have to show for it. When you fucking won $2 million, you don't get flowers for getting your badge. Okay, get the fuck out of here.
I didn't ask for flowers. Flowers arrived, and I'm just explaining why they arrived. So
you were getting tweets. God.
Yeah, people were tagging me like, "Congrats on finally getting your badge," that kind of stuff. So, but like, isn't the white badge the better badge?
Why? No, the red is the higher volume badge.
But the white badge you get for winning things.
No, the white thing, the white badge is a different threshold. It's a threshold underneath the red badge for experience.
Oh, I thought it was based on. I thought you get the white badge for winning a contest.
No. Nope. There's a few. The horns are if you win one of the battle royales. There's some of that. They should have. I think there's so much more they can do with like the badge and the stuff. Like, come on, you should have a fucking crown in there, or some medal, or some little like #1 foam finger. You know, just to let people know what's up.
No, you can get the white badge from winning contests.
Yeah, but that's not why you got yours.
I think it is why I got mine.
No, I can pull this up in the terms of service if you want, but
well, it might be why I got mine. 500, but I reinforced my white badge by getting 500.
Here you go. An experienced player is the white badge, has played in more than 500 contests or has won at least 6 contests with combined prizes won totaling 2,500 or more. Do you have a calculator, Pat, for your winnings? See if it's more than 2,500. A highly experienced player, the red badge, has played in more than 1,000 contests or has won at least 4 contests with prizes of at least $1,000. So I don't think you literally met the qualifications for. Have you won more?
So I actually hadn't won enough contests to get the red badge. So so the red badge is definitely better. I for some reason I didn't realize you could get the red for winning as well.
Yeah. I mean, this is also the guy that famously immediately took his $2 million off the site and then came crawling back with a tail between his legs because his accountant told him he needed to put some money back on.
I wish that wasn't true. It is.
All right. Tell me what's in the secret tab right now. Lord knows I can't see it.
We got I'll just click off the board. There's not really much correlation wise in the secret tab.
Yeah.
This could be a detour for a running back, I would say. We do have 5 wide receivers.
Yeah. What's the best available wide receiver? I saw Zay and Elijah Moore went on.
Sutton.
We're down to gross territory. And I assume Waller's still there. No,
Waller's he's gone.
Okay. I'm fine. I mean, I'm fine with Madison at these prices.
We could get Tua if we wanted, but that's early for him.
Yeah.
I think Madison in the late 7th makes sense.
Yeah, I think Madison too. I'm just trying to think about who for the second pick.
Damian Pierce is here. We could just take Sutton and feel really good at wide receiver.
Yeah. I'm starting to try to pump my brakes on Sutton because I was drafting too much of him early.
What about Pierce? We're getting him like 20 picks.
Yeah, sure. Let's just fight back.
Yeah.
All right. So our team for the audio listeners here, Pat, scroll down. We got 3 running backs: Breece Hall, Alexander Madison, Damian Pierce, and 5 wide receivers: Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jalen Waddle, Drake London, Deontay Johnson, and Mike Evans. Lots of late stack options for quarterback. So we've got some flexibility here for building out this team and seeing what comes back to us.
We do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but Pat, we didn't even notice Sutton was gone. Like that Sutton went right off the board right before us. I didn't even see that.
Oh, I didn't
mistake
even
back.
realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you imagine how devastated it would have been if I was just like, yeah, let's just windmill dunk Cortland Sutton in right here, and then you're like, wait, actually he's gone.
I feel pretty good about the turn. I mean, Madison and Pierce way after ADP.
Yeah.
8th round Damian Pierce seems like it has some upside to it.
I know. Yeah. I've started to get today with Sean. I got one of my first Cam Akers shares. I would like to get some more Damian Pierce. So yeah, I like a couple of these prices.
Yeah,
Looks like
I've been getting a little more Damian Pierce. Pacheco's a guy that I've been getting some exposure to, although I worry he's going to fall because of this training camp stuff. He's not going to play for the first.
What is it? What is the? I heard you guys talking about that on ADP, Jason. Why is the reason he's not at training camp?
Torn labrum and a broken hand. So he's getting back from that, not expected until about halfway through training camp. Deneric Prince, the UDFA running back, has had a really strong OTAs in mini camp. So he's going to probably keep making noise in training camp. So you're going to have like this queasy feeling when you take Pacheco. He's not even there. Another running back's starting to look good. So I just think he probably falls a little bit. I would say he probably falls to where he just went, like mid-8th. But
yeah,
you know, it doesn't make me want to like load up on him right now. But at the same time, I think he is kind of interesting.
Do you know who I just like do not take at all? And I have no clue if it's a blind spot or not. I just like, I'm in, he's like almost undraftable for me, Jerick McKinnon at the price. I never even remotely consider him.
I've taken him a few times because I'm like so underexposed at the new price that I've just like, I've kind of forced myself to mix him in. I mixed him in on like, I think Mahomes' team, and there was another team where I had like, I think Brees and then like no other running backs that really pushed it at running back.
Yeah.
And I did feel like he kind of made sense on that type of build, but
yeah,
it's kind of a rarity. Like I notice when I take him, like, oh, I guess I'm doing this. I did take a Juju share, by the way, recently.
So did I on Monday, and I got absolutely flamed for it. How many picks past ADP was your Juju share?
He wasn't even like that far past ADP, I want to say. I mean, maybe like 15 picks or something. And then I kind of needed the receiver. I was just like, I guess I'm just doing it.
Yeah, mine was only like 10 picks past ADP. I think it was 115. He goes pick 97 here. Let's see. How did our hero from the 10 hole do here, who started CMC and Bijan? Did they recover at all? I haven't been paying attention.
Let's see. So CMC, Bijan, Judy Jacobs, Marquise Brown, Joe Burrow, Michael Thomas. I mean, getting Jacobs in the 4th is pretty sweet. But is he going to dig out? So he's got 3 wide receivers through 8 rounds. I think the Evan Ingram pick is pretty egregious there. I don't think he's a good pick to begin with, and you just don't have the option for that. I mean, you already want elite quarterback too. I think he's being in really rough shape at wide receiver.
Yeah.
That seems pretty obvious.
So Tua is gone. This feels a little early for Goff. Definitely going to be some running backs we like here, and gross volume wide receivers, unless we kind of just want to reach for like a Mingo type or a Nico.
We could do a double Lazard day.
Double Lazard
day. Get the Jets thing, and then I don't want to take Rodgers here though. Rodgers, that's like 10, 11 picks ahead of ADP.
Yeah.
We could do Kirk with Madison.
And then I would love to wind back that Evans pick to Addison.
Man.
I think like I'm not as panicked about. I mean, we got Goff, we got Kenny Pickett, we got Ritter. Late.
We could do Dak. We have an Amon-Ra bring back on that.
Dak value with the bring back. You always, this feels gross, but you almost have to take, like, you don't have to, but Gallup probably isn't coming back in this room.
I mean, I would be fine with that.
I am too. Just go to the what's his ADP or where what position?
128.
How many wide receivers are ahead of him right now? Yeah,
Just
he's
3.
not coming back. I'm fine with that. And
Let's
then
do that.
we got Ferguson late. Yeah.
I mean, that kind of feels. It doesn't feel good exactly, but
Nothing in these rooms feel good. Like no one's having fun. Like we all hate ourselves. It's miserable. We're just trying to get through it.
Oh man.
I mean, if Juju goes at 95, why can't we take Gallup at 109 stacked? Seems fine.
Seems fine.
All right, back to the board, Kitchen.
All right, let's see what this guy did. He took Odell in the 9th round.
That's how you recover.
That's pretty brutal. I mean, we just took Gallup in the 10th, the early 10th, but let's see what he does. Zay. So he's doing a Jaguars thing without the quarterback. Yeah. He's got unstacked Burrow, but in the 6th, that's pretty nice.
This poor individual is like ready to do my big $101 draft tonight. Got the kids down to bed. Told the wife she can go watch submarine YouTube videos upstairs because I'm going to draft my Dalmatian team. Probably poured himself a nice whiskey and just got whoop bam wide receiver avalanche.
I'm looking at Tibbsy here.
Yeah.
I said I couldn't fault him for taking Barkley and Pollard, but the Gibbs pick, I'd like Gibbs at the 412, obviously, but
yeah,
that one's tough within this room, I think.
This sounds like a nice night, Tyler. If I wanted to pay $101 to hate myself, I'd go to the all-you-can-eat buffet at the local strip joint.
All right, what is that from? Is that just
Kate highlighting that very started the stream by stating everyone dies. Now this. Yeah, the beautiful thing about ship chasing is it's a place to, escape. It's a distraction from all of our real world problems. And it did turn into a nihilistic stream, and I apologize for that.
I don't think it's nihilistic to admit that death is coming for us all. It's just a fact.
I'm pretty sure that's the definition of nihilism.
No, nihilism is that nothing matters. Things can matter.
Because we're all going to die.
Well, that's why people get to that conclusion. But you don't have to say nothing matters if you would admit the obvious fact of death.
Yeah. Hey, now this is a spin zone here. Studies show that we perform better at most things if we are reminded of death. Exactly. Pat and I are going to stick the landing on this Dalmatian.
Look at what we're drafting this Dalmatian.
Oh
man.
But man, poor last week with Ben Gratch, we were like drinking beers out of helmets, and now Pat and I are having morbid philosophical conversations.
A different vibe.
Very different vibe. All right. Got a bunch
receivers getting pretty dry, but we've got 6, so we can weather that. Cousins, Geno, and Rodgers are still here. Goff is still here, but that's from the same game. Although that probably matters less in the Dalmatian.
I do think, what is should pull up the exact structure of this one just to refresh ourselves. The structure is, so round 1, we obviously are 12. Round 2 is an 8-person group and 3 advance. Round 3 is another 8-person group and the top 2 advance. And then it's a 102-person final. So the 102 is still a decently,
still pretty big.
Yeah. But getting there is much more doable.
Yeah. Well, it'd be a reason to break ties against the same team quarterback, give ourselves another out.
And because we do, I guess, like what's on the board? Like what do we like in here?
Geno. I think we grab a quarterback here. We could even grab 2 if we wanted, but Dalton Schultz is correlated as well.
Yeah, I don't think we have to take a quarterback here with some of our late outs.
I think it's a good price on Kirk, and we get the Madison thing.
Yeah,
What
I
else
just would rather stack up Goff with Amon Ra.
do you want to do? Schultz?
Put Schultz in right now first. What's the best available running back?
Kinnan, Warren.
Do you want to do Warren, build out our Pittsburgh bet, and then also makes Pickett a little more attractive?
Let's do that.
Yeah, so we got here, scroll up. So we got Brees, Madison, Pearson, Warren at running back, Dak at QB, wide receivers, Amon Ra, Waddle, Drake London, Deontay Johnson, Evans, Gallup, and then Schultz at tight end here. And Nez pointing out too, for the 12-person group at the top, it's 4 of 12. So it's 4 of 12, 3 of 8, 2 of 8, 1 out of 102.
Which I think is a reason not to go 3 quarterback as much, right? Like you could be kind of better off with just like your 2 pocket passers and try to bank like a couple more legit skill player contributors.
It's so funny on this thing because I've heard people make the case on both sides of it, right? Where it's easier to advance, which means you can get even more, fragile with it, or because more teams are advanced, you want to raise your floor of your team. I've heard people argue it on both sides. I don't know if I have.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it. It's just kind of a gut feeling. But I guess what it probably is, right, is that the amount of points that is going to separate the average advancing team from the average team that just misses the cut is probably smaller than in a 2 of 12. There's probably a smaller gap between team 4 and 5 on average than between team 2 and 3, right? That would be a case for going more 3 quarterback, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, just knowing that it's easier to advance these first 3 rounds, but then a pretty big final, it still makes week 17 correlation, I think, pretty important. If you're playing a 102-person DFS field, you'd probably even overstack. Maybe that's the thing too, that it makes really onslaughting a team much more viable because you don't need the 98th percentile outcome for that offense like 3 weeks in a row, finishing like if say you had the Eagles like premium stack, which I'm a little more hesitant to do in BBM, like that kind of build absolutely smashes when you only need to be 4 out of 12, 3 out of 12, 2 out of 12, or 3 out of 8, 2 out of 8. Yeah, I mean, I do kind of like the over correlating idea here. And I think we can consider that too. Granted, we don't have a ton of options for over correlating. I guess it's maybe a note to put away. Like if you are doing like your Bills, your Chiefs, your top 5 offenses of going really hard at it.
Yep. Although this is my 3rd one. So that was that for me.
I got 2 bullets in the chamber. I thought I did one slow. I thought we were going to use mine tonight, and then you swooped in at the last minute, and so now I'll have 2 bullets remaining here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to use the stream to get a draft done.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. All right, so what are we thinking in terms of running back? I think we probably add one more, right? Go to 5 here.
Yeah. I was kind of curious if Goff would make it all the way back with everything getting so far pushed down.
Yeah, I thought maybe there was a chance.
Yeah.
We only have Schultz at tight end, so tight end would be good here. It's Jawan Johnson, Sam Laporta.
That's what I was thinking about this does feel like a decent tight end pick. I like the idea of Laporta in playing that game heavy.
There's also Jerome Ford at running back It's a bring back on Brees, which isn't an ideal bring back, but what is this?
I'm trying to find I don't know if there's anything super depressing. Into space. This is a little too upbeat.
For the audio listeners who are especially aggrieved right now, this is not emo music. We got a super chat asking for emo music, ambient emo music. Aaron Rodgers made it back. He's now 37 picks past ADP. I think we grabbed him.
Can we do Laporta first and then talk about it? We don't have anything with Cleveland, any Jets. I guess you can take.
Brees.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I forgot about Brees. I guess we can do Conklin, Hardman late. All right, I'm fine with it. I'm looking through the options here, Tyler, and apparently StreamYard doesn't have any sad boy.
Oh, they have the same buy. But we probably want to go 3 anyway.
You know, I've always wanted an excuse to take Desmond Ridder with my last pick. So here we go. Okay, this might be it. Night driving. This feels vaguely somber.
So you play when on the Sean stream, you play the feeding the ducks thing the whole time?
Well, I think I'm gonna stop doing that because Cullum very politely was like, "Are you know?" Because they post the audio feed on the RotoViz thing, and then I was like, "Yeah." So feed the ducks might be just for Mondays going forward, guys. So the RotoViz listeners don't have to listen to the ducks being fed while trying to get tiny morsels from Sean.
But wait, how did that start? That you were playing Feed the Ducks under the show?
Maybe someone in the chat can remind me. I think it was from one of my DFS streams, my lineup review Monday, where I was just tilting my face off because I punted it off again, and I just like needed something soothing and calming, and I was like tabbing through them. I was like, oh, this is calm, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, this shit slaps, dude. And so now it somehow has just become part of the stream. I had to explain it to someone was in my comments. They're like, new to the channel. What's up with it? He's like, I know what value hound means now. I know what piss boy means. I know what avalanche. What does feed the ducks mean? I'm like, well, someday I'll tell you when you're older, kid.
I kind of liked it. I definitely, I wish it could be longer. Like when it restarts, it kind of like takes me out of it for a second. I'm like, oh.
I don't know why, but this just like hurts so hard when he says this in such a matter-of-fact way, answering your question. Monday morning reviews because Peace lost so much. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I want to make it very clear. Column did not. I'm pretty good at like reading between multiple lines, and basically what Column said was like, hey, no biggie, just wondering, does that bed of music play underneath all of this? And I was like, okay, all right, point taken. It is funny too, like now people have started to ask me like for the MP3 of it. I'm like, dude, this is like a default setting in StreamYard. Remember how people used to ask us forever about our ship chasing opening music? And it was some like royalty free site that we found tabbing through story blocks or audio blocks.
Yeah, audio blocks, yeah.
See, you guys need...
one, which one is this?
This is Night Driving. It's the kind of music you listen to after you grappled with your own mortality and a couple of billionaires drowning.
After you broke the news to the billionaire class that they will still die despite their money.
What if we got like an EDM? I should get an EDM version of Feeding the Ducks made. Just an absolute slapper that we're going to play at the ship chasing party.
I'd be into that. Any DJs in the ship chasing community?
Yeah, let us know. We have a talented group. Reach out. How can you help the ship chasing community? Are you a woodworker? Are you a bird watcher? I don't know. What if make us a replica wooden ship that says
make us a replica wooden bird based on a picture from one of our bird watchers.
There you go. Maybe we should just have like a show and tell-esque talent show for the ship chasing community where everyone comes on for 5 minutes and like it's like if you can, I don't know, fart out of your armpit, like you get to come on and do that for a few minutes.
All right, so let's see what's here. So essentially nothing at wide receiver. Essentially nothing. Pat, like honestly, I'm just gonna say it. I think we should just double tap Hardman and Conklin. I mean, I have no pushback on that. I'm full of great ideas tonight. My brilliant ideas tonight are just reaching like 20 picks ahead of ADP to complete stacks because the board is so gross. Hey man, that's a good idea. Don't sell yourself short. This room did bring back late round quarterback. JJ Atir would come down his eye if he saw the values. Everyone's getting that quarterback in here. It really would. All right, yeah, I think your move's the right move. Let's say Conklin first because he's got the higher ADP. I like that. Respect the integrity of the ADP landscape. Any interest in Dawson Knox? Over Hardman? No, we're at 6 wide receivers. Yeah. Wow, this is what is happening on this show tonight? I can send a picture of an amputated foot. Andrew, I don't know how you got the. Oh no! Okay, hey. I'm out. Don't make this a group message. You know, normally how you guys have to send in super chats to get me to do something. What's your Venmo, buddy? Because I need to see this. All right, we're at a 2-4-7-3 build. Pat, why don't you recap our team for the audio listeners who are on one hell of a journey tonight? For the audio listeners, as they listen to Night Driving, we got Dak Prescott and Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. They do share the same bye. That's something we're going to have to think about. Breece Hall, Alexander Madison, Dameon Pierce, and Jalen Warren at running back. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jalen Waddle, Drake London, Deontay Johnson, Mike Evans, Michael Gallup, Mecole Hardman at wide receiver, Dalton Schultz, Sam Laporta, and Tyler Conklin. When I suggested that we also take Dawson Knox, I forgot we already had 3 tight ends because this soothing music. Oh my God. Distracted me. Dan Zach got to you, man. You were trying to sneak a 4 tight end build on here. All right, Pious Devil, $1.99 for Pat to answer this question. How are you going to celebrate July 18th this year? I'm going to do a stream. I need to figure out the details of that stream, but a long stream is my plan. So I need to, it's probably something I need to start getting sorted. A long next week. Hearty stream. A long hearty stream. Just a nice flow. Yeah, hoping P will be on it. Hoping Gretch will be on it. Get some guests on there. Stream some drafts. Love to hear it. You know, I love it. We got Puka going at pick 194 here to Chris G. What do you think, Pat? Is this 2 scratch offs at wide receiver or 1 more running back? I think 1 more running back. I also think, depending on who's there, a 3rd quarterback would be interesting. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm on board with Ritter. Pickett's gone. Dude, everyone loves this guy Puka, man. I didn't realize he was becoming such a cult hero in the community. Should we make a clip to mush him? Yeah, we might need to mush him because I don't really get it. I don't get it. He's like a 5th round rookie. He's been used on some like jet sweeps and Rams camps, and people are like, "Oh fuck yeah!" So normally we're the one hyping people up, and everyone else is like, "Why is this happening?" But to be on the other side of it is there must just be like a really good athletic blurb out there that I've missed. It's been multiple kind of like, this guy's looking good in OTAs. They're saying nice things about him. He's getting used in various ways. Like, is he going to be used in a Debo-like role, like that kind of stuff? And then people are getting all excited. And it's such a wide open depth chart. I mean, it's certainly possible he's something. Yeah. I think this is really the ultimate answer. His name is sweet.
All right, what running backs are available, Pat?
Running backs. Let's see. I'll go to this one.
Let's see what's in the secret tab right now here on Ship Chasing at Night. You're listening to night driving music. Pat Corain on the 1s and 2s. We're thinking about taking Desmond Ridder as our third QB to stack up with Drake London. How are you doing tonight? Did you get solicited pics of an amputated foot? Well, you're listening to the right show.
All right. By the way, not Ritter, Stroud. I think Stroud's a better move here. We have Pierce, we have Schultz.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's bring it back with like Kyle Phillips or something.
Well, Robert Woods is gone, luckily for you. Zeke, Jeff Wilson, Chase Brown, Gus Edwards. Any of those running backs do anything for you?
We could do a tribute pick to Gretch and take Cordell Patterson with our Atlanta bet.
Okay. Tribute.
Tribute pick. This one goes out.
Kind of makes sense. It's kind of a good fit for the room.
This one goes out to Ben Gretch, our erstwhile co-host who loves him. Some gimmicky late round selections from the man who brought you Ty Montgomery. Comes Cordero Patterson. He's at his daughter's piano recital tonight, surely checking his phone to make sure we stuck the landing in the 101 Dalmatian.
Oh no, Stroud has the same buy.
God
Stroud
damn
has
it,
the same buy.
How? Scroll down.
Oh no. Oh, we should have talked about death some more. We blew it. 777s, dude. Oh God. What a terrible, dumb mistake. We could have taken Ritter.
What? I let you control the board one time. Pat, hang on, I need to calm down. This man obscures the board, obscures the queue for the entire draft to gain an edge, and drafts 3 players on bye in week 7.
Oh no.
How is that even possible? I don't even think I could draft 3 quarterbacks with the same bye if I tried.
I don't think I could either. We got great prices if that helps. Holy shit.
I would say I'm glad that this is on your account and not mine, except this wouldn't have happened if it was on my account.
Yeah, that's true.
We'd like to apologize to our erstwhile co-host Ben Gretch for, in fact, not sticking the landing.
We didn't stick the landing at all.
Checking in on our super chats tonight, we're about $65 short of $101.
Yeah, come on, get us to 101, guys. We just punted off $101. At least you can do a super chat us the way there.
Pat's best ball accountant says, please don't send him $101, but
oh no. That's why Pat doesn't have a real badge, Phil says.
Dude, is this the sign from God? Because we've been talking about death and nihilism all night, and God said 777. It does feel very.
What is 777? Is that's the religious?
7's God's number, John Elway's number, and God's number. Yeah, 7 is a holy number.
I knew 666 was the devil's number. I didn't know
exactly. I honestly don't know the history of why 7 is a religious number, but it is associated with godly things.
All right. Not tonight.
I just need to. Why is 7 a religious number? 7 was symbolic in ancient Near Eastern and Israelite culture and literature. It communicated a sense of fullness or completeness, unless it comes with covering all your buys. 7 is spelled with the same consonants as the Hebrew word complete full. This makes sense of the pervasive appearance of 7 patterns in the Bible. Actually, I feel bad not knowing that.
Vaporware, implying I made a deal with the devil. Of course you knew that 6 is the devil's number. Giving me the winky face.
I mean, what this is really been like. This has been I mean, I just like imagine someone who found this stream last week and they watched me and Leonie Blair Witch Project run, and then whatever just happened tonight, and that's their introduction to ship chasing.
I will say this is maybe a bad time to bring this up, but if you guys are looking for a good documentary to watch,
Oh God.
I highly recommend the documentary Hail Satan.
What streaming provider is it on?
Yeah, I believe it's on Hulu. That's how I watched it. It's a movie. Now it's Hail Satan with a question mark, but it's about
So
this.
so it's like Davis Vat. You gotta say Hail Satan.
Hail Satan. Yeah. It's about a religion question mark that it's a group of atheists. They don't believe that Satan exists, but they're like kind of pro separation of church and state. But they do some interesting, their methods to achieve that are pretty interesting.
Wow. In the battle for justice and equality, the Satanic Temple is putting up a hell of a fight. Now that's a hook right there.
So like one of the things they do, they make this giant statue of this like demonic demon reading like a book to children. Like he's teaching them.
It sounds like a Nathan Fielder bit.
It is. That is essentially their approach. And they put, so like some states have passed laws where you can like put up, the 10 Commandments on state grounds. And so they're like, sweet. So you can put up any religious monument on state grounds, obviously. So we would like to put our giant monument of like Balthazar or whatever. And then everyone's like, the fuck you are. And they're like, no, we get to now because your 10 Commandments are there, so we get to do that. And it's just like, they're so mad. And this group doesn't even, they think it's just like a funny statue. It's not like a worship thing for them.
Thank you, Tyler, for all the super chats. I've been to Houston a few times. It's a very fun city. Elon, I've tried to find like a more uplifting segue like 4 times, and we just end up in a death spiral every time.
It's a good doc. It's a good doc.
It is.
She did the Kenny G doc. If you want to talk about non-controversial.
Oh, that is a great doc. It's Penny Lane. Yeah.
It's Penny Lane. Yeah, this is also Penny Lane. She's an incredible filmmaker. The Kenny G doc, we don't have to wrestle with big topics like death and religion and politics. That's just a fun movie about a saxophone player.
Yeah. One of those you go into, and Kenny G I guess that's the entire dynamic of the documentary, is that most people think of him as like this punchline or whatever, and then you see like the depth to him and how that kind of persona has essentially followed him around and kind of tormented him in a way. Yeah, it's a really good documentary.
I also love that doc because like it doesn't necessarily dispel sort of the ultimate preconceived notion that you have of him, which is that he's sort of just like kind of producing this like generic-y, like there's no like soul to it. It's just like, like his biggest critics are basically like, he's an incredible musician, but like he's just like moving his fingers fast and making his mouth work good, and it's not like, what's behind it, what's the meaning behind it. And he's sort of like, I don't know, it's fucking music, man, there's no meaning behind it. Deal with it.
Because I do think people want like artists to, they just like go disappear and emerge from this cabin with this beautiful artwork. And he's definitely more of like a process guy. Like he just loves doing it every single day. And he loves being good at it. Yeah.
He's like, I'm incredibly good at making these notes, these series of notes. I can do like all the techniques. I can, if I want to play the way that guy plays, I can play the way that guy plays. I have my own style that I've perfected, and I'm like obsessive about getting better every single day. But he's not like, he doesn't have any kind of deeper feelings about art and what it means to be doing this type of music. And he's not like performing music like in relation to like he's not in dialogue with anyone. He's just doing music.
Which has to be, you think about the pressure that so many musicians feel to like deliver on whatever a follow-up to their, their debut album or their most popular album, and how that just like haunts people. And like Kenny G literally seemed like so at peace with like what his career was, as far as just being happy making the music and not feeling like I need to meet people's expectations for what my music is going to be.
Well, I think he also kind of defends himself like, oh, so my music's bad and dumb because millions of people like love it and use it for like for their weddings and for like when they're like stressed and when they like want to get through a day, like they put my music on and feel better. Like that's bad for some reason. Why is that bad?
Yeah,
like, it's not. You're right. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's a good fucking doc, man. That's a non-controversial doc. Go watch that one.
I've been watching the second season of 1,000-Foot Wave, the documentary about big wave surfers.
I've seen clips of that. That's nuts.
The first season was more just like, dude, look how big this wave is, how gnarly this is, and how dangerous it is. And then the second season just got super cinematic, and they like dove into telling the stories of these people's lives and got just this incredible access following them around. And it like went to a whole nother level as a documentary. It's on HBO or Max. I apologize, Max. It's really good though. And they still sprinkle in how fucking insane these waves are that they're riding, but it went much deeper with the storytelling in a very satisfying way.
Hell yeah. All right.
There you go. Documentary chasing. That is how we get out of the nihilism hole. Pat, I think I'm going to go close my eyes in the sauna and then watch 1,000-Foot Wave. Anything else going on for you here?
No, we are all water and we will return to water. So I'm excited to watch 1,000-Foot Wave as well.
There you go. Amen. We appreciate all of you in the chat, brothers and sisters in our piss boy rooms. We thank you for attending the Church of Ship Chasing tonight. We apologize for all the controversial messaging. We'll see you back next week with what I'd like to promise as a normal show, but apparently those don't exist around here anymore. Peace.